Hey level uppers, this is Andrew, and I am currently playing Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. I want to be silent for a second here, though, so you can hear what's going on in the background. Isn't that great to hear? The prelude that's been a part of Final Fantasy for such a long time that I feel like I haven't heard since 12 or maybe it was even 11, but it's such an iconic theme, and it's terrible that I haven't heard it in so long. 13 just kind of pushed it off the side, as well as the battle fanfare and the level up music and all that kind of stuff. So it's great to hear that, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm playing Final Fantasy for the first time in a really long time. So this is the character that I've created. I decided to be a female, and I kind of designed it around Kristen, and she's a Hyor human archer. And since I chose to be an archer and all this kind of stuff, it pushed me into Gridania here. Now there's, I think, 2 other cities that you can start in, like Uhal, I think is one. And I've heard some of the other ones, like the 2 others, are maybe a little nicer than Gridania. But I'm impressed with Gridania so far. It's really dense and well realized. There's just a lot to do, a lot to see. You can see it's kind of lush. Right now it's raining, unfortunately. But right off the bat, let me show you my character. You can see I am a level 7 archer. The other thing that you can probably see is that the text is really, really tiny. And that would probably be my biggest complaint with this game so far. Because when it comes to quests and whatnot, I find myself skipping it, the text at least, because I can't read it unless I get up from my seat and get within like 3 feet of the TV. It's something they really need to fix, because it completely takes me out of the game and makes me not want to read any of the text or the tutorial messages or anything like that. So let me get into a quick battle. I'll help this guy out here. I'm going to open up my action menu here and start doing some of the traits that I have, these action power things, whatever you want to call them. Right now, this Great Shot is called. So as I've leveled up, I've gotten access to, I'll open up a little bigger. You can see level 1, level 2, level 4, level 6. Once I get to level 8, I'll have Misery's End. So that opens up as you go along. What else is really cool, actually, is these things called fates, which are these kind of organically occurring events where everyone kind of gets together and fights a group of enemies or one really large enemy, and they happen all the time. And it's pretty cool, actually, because it really feels like you're in this, you know, living, breathing world with other players, like collaborating together, trying to do these quests that maybe you didn't even become a part of until that moment. But on top of that, there are a ton of quests to take part in, spread throughout a bunch of different areas in Gridania, New Gridania, Old Gridania. This is, I can't even remember where I'm at right now, to be honest, but this is like the battlefields outside of Gridania. If I hold square down here, I'll open up the map on the upper left there. So those check marks, I think, correspond to quests that I've actually completed, possibly. So let me head up here and see. So there you go. You can see how small the text is, and I can read it, but it strains my eyes. So I kind of just skip through it. I know I did it, so I can complete this quest, and I'll get 975 experience points, I think, and then 146 skill. So there you go. That's that. And it looks like there's another one over here too. Now some quests aren't just for experience points and gil. Like this one here, I'm pretty sure also allows you to choose from some items that you can collect. So here I collected something for this guy, Iron Snaffle, I think. So I'm going to give that over to him. And now I get to choose from Hempen Tabard, I think, Hemper Half-Robe, and Bronze Piece. Let's see, I think I'm going to get the Half-Robe here, and then complete. So here you go, 455 EXP on top of the Half-Robe I just got. So let me go back to Old Gridania so you can see what it looks like. You can also see that it's running pretty well right now on PS4. It's 30 frames per second or above. A lot of times it goes up to 60 in the less populated areas, but it rarely goes below 30 unless you're in a really complex battle with a lot of people and a lot of spells going off all at the same time. So they're big areas between each other, so there's not a lot of load times. Old Gridania is where most of the shops and market stuff is, I'm pretty sure. And then New Gridania is kind of the starting place of the game where you have a little bit more of a tutorial. Alright, so let's see. That was North Shroud I was just in, which is one of the areas you can go in to fight a lot of enemies. Once you get to level 10, I'm pretty sure you can get your first Chocobo. These things here, Arthurnet something shards, you activate these in order to create teleportation areas. So let's go back over to New Gridania. Now you can go in the first person, kind of like Final Fantasy XI did. Jump, of course, as everyone does over and over again. Looks like I can't go this way. Now, I don't play MMOs very often, so this is a little overwhelming to me. I almost don't know where to even start. There's just so much to do. Really, so far, I've just been taking part in quests and leveling up with enemies. So this is one of the big shards and one of the main teleportation areas that you can go to. I think you have a certain spell that allows you to teleport to the big shards. I wish the rain would stop so you can see how good the game looks during the daytime or nighttime. You can see too, there's a lot of people in this server, and it's running pretty well. Right now, this is like the slowest area in the game because there's so many people. But this is where you start off at. In this area here, then you get your first couple quests from, I'm trying to think of her name here, it's Mother, I don't know how to say it, Mione. So she gives you your first couple quests. I don't think she has any more from me. And those are to get your first weapon and armor and activate your first teleportation device, stuff like that. So let me see if I can teleport. There we go, travel, teleport. So I'm going to go to North Shroud so I can go back and battle a little bit more. Alright, so let's see how do I get to North Shroud here. So you can see those large kind of circles on the map there. Those correspond to fates, which are those events I was talking about earlier. Now, I don't think I can go do this one though. This is an area that I've barely explored so far, and you can see when you go in here that the enemies are way out of my league. That's a level 27 there, so I'm not going to even bother unless I come out here with a group of guys. Music is great so far. I'm not sure who did the music for it. I don't think it's Uematsu. I don't think he's really a part of Final Fantasy anymore. These are the Moogle delivery service stuff where you can get mail and whatnot. Kind of similar to Final Fantasy IX, actually. There's Chocobo. I think if you talk to that guy, once you're at level 10, you can get a Chocobo partner. So here's an area I can actually battle in. You can also see on the right side there, those are all the quests I currently have active, or at least a lot of them. I can barely read them. I see the one at the bottom says something about slay dog or Yarzan, so that's an enemy that, right there, it's like a level 27 that won't let you go. If you go by him, he'll chase after you and attack you, so I just need to run away. He's way out of my league. Alright, so this is a fate here. So you can see like a whole bunch of enemies are attacking right now. This is a good way to get a lot of experience points all at once, because you can take part in a whole bunch of attacks. So all you gotta do is pretty much get one attack on an enemy and you get all the experience points associated with that. Pretty sure at least. Now you hold down like the trigger buttons to access these things at the bottom here, and you can see like inventory. If I do that, I can get my potions and whatnot, and other items, ether, stuff like that. But I don't need to right now, so I'll just continue to help out with this attack here. Fate completed. I just got like probably over 1,000 experience points from that. I'm almost at level 8 now. You can see at the very bottom if you can read it. I'm at 5,867 out of 6,000. So I think I'll kill a few more enemies and level up, and then I'll get out of here. Got one more enemy here. Come on, Ladybug, gonna work. Looks like I need one more. And there you go, the classic Final Fantasy fanfare music when you level up. Nice to hear that as well, after 13 ditched it. So there you go, that's Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. It is currently a free open beta on the PlayStation Store. So unfortunately, once the beta is finished, I think you lose all of the progress that you've made with your character, but it's a nice taste for what's to come, I think in April. So if you have any interest in Final Fantasy MMOs, if you played Final Fantasy XI, you know, jump in here and join everyone else. Thanks for watching.